Hey, what is up guys, it is Shahazad here again with another video, and today I have my review of the S4 Revolution ROM version 12. So without any further ado, let's get started. So guys, this video might be a little lengthy because I am going to cover all the pros and cons about this ROM. So if you really want to see what is good and what is bad in this one, so make sure you stick to this video. So first things first, this ROM is based on the official release of the Android 4.3 for the Galaxy S3. You guys can see it says the Android version as the Android 4.3, and it says in the bottom like S4 Revolution ROM version 12. And the build number is the MK6, that is the official release from the Samsung of the Android 4.3 from the Samsung itself, and it says the S4 Revolution ROM MK6 version 12, and the developer's name is Ragsdog. You can visit their XDA page from the link in the description. So this ROM itself is based totally this is official version of the Galaxy S3 of the Jelly Bean, but it is tweaked a lot from the developers itself, and it is made to look more like a Galaxy Note 3 or the Galaxy S4. So you guys can see there are some reported stuffs here, and I'm really happy to say that all the lots of popular supported stuffs from the Note 3 and S4 works perfectly fine on this one. So I'm really glad to see these ported apps working very fine here. So you guys can see from the notification center here we have some of the new toggles like the air view, smart scroll, smart pause, smart stay. It was there, but we have the air gestures and some other stuff just like the reading mode. I know it is available in the Android 4.3 for the Galaxy S3 in the official release as well, but there are some of the new things that is available here. So let's start with the settings itself. We have some of the new toggles in here. So we have in the device menu, we have the new multi-window feature here, which I will going to cover ahead in this video, because there are lots of new stuffs in the multi-window which I am really glad to show you here. We don't really have nothing special here, but in the control section we have like the voice control, and it was available there earlier as well. We have the S Pen menu here, but unfortunately this feature doesn't really works here on the S3. I didn't have tried it with S Pen itself, is it work or not, but I think it is not going to work. We have the one-handed operations, that is works perfectly fine. You can change the dimensions and the size of the display itself. We have the air gesture, which doesn't really works, like we have the quick glance, air jump and air browse, which doesn't really works. We have the air view, which unfortunately also doesn't really works. I don't really know why they have added these bootloaders kind of things here if it doesn't really works, but it's glad to see it here. And we also have the air command ported from the Note 3, which doesn't really works here, which is also a boot. It is kind of bloatware here. We have the motions, which works just like we have the direct call, smart alerts and all the other things that works perfectly fine. We have the palm motion, which also works perfectly fine. In the smart screen we have some of the new menus, like new options like the smart pause and the smart scroll, which works just flawlessly. You can pause a video when you are not looking at your display. It automatically pauses the video or the content that you are playing on the display itself, so which is a really nice add-on to this ROM. We also have the smart scroll, where you can basically scroll your web pages by tilting your head, which is just a really nice add-on. We have the increased touch sensitivity, which really works fine. And in the about section we have like the safety assistance, and nothing really new. So that's pretty much about the setting itself.
So now let's check some of the features that really makes the S4 Revolution ROM different from the official Android 4.3 for the Galaxy S3. And taking a look at on the lock screen, we have the normal personal message settings here. We can basically add lots of custom widgets also here. And we have this light effect ported from the Galaxy S4, which is always a good add-on. Taking a look at on the launcher itself, it is basically ported from the Galaxy Note 2. You can see the labels that basically represent the launcher, represent the pages on which you are. Is looks like the Galaxy Note 3. So of course, this launcher is ported from the Note 3. And when the time you are installing this ROM, you can choose some of the settings via the aroma installer. So you can change basically the I have the 5x4 launcher here, but in the when the time you are installing this ROM, you can basically change it to 5x5. That will give you one extra row to add the icons, which is a good. So the launcher has a great transition effect. Again, these all things are ported from the Galaxy Note, Galaxy Note 3 and the S4, and the developers XDA page itself says that the ROM itself is made to look your Galaxy S3 closer to the Galaxy S4 and the Galaxy Note 3. So taking a look at on the apps that are pre-installed here, just like we have the phone dialer, the contacts app, messaging app, gallery, camera. Camera has some of the new features here, and this is also a when this ROM is basically when the time you are installing this ROM, it will give you a aroma installer. So basically you can choose some of the settings that you want here, and when the time you are installing this ROM, it will give you a pop-up like which camera application you want to install. So I have chosen a Galaxy Note 2 camera because it gives me a two special feature that is missing on the Galaxy S3 stock camera. We have the in recording mode, we have the slow motion and the fast motion camera features, which just works flawlessly fine. So I will prefer you all to choose the Galaxy Note 2 camera. It just runs flawlessly fine, don't really have any kind of issues in it. And in the music player, we have the normal Galaxy S4 kind of music player here. In the video player, we also have the same new themed video player here. The clock is also kind of ported from the Note 3, but I don't really think so. Yeah, it will be, but I don't really have any kind of experience about the stock clock of the Galaxy S3. We have some of the folders here predefined here, just like we have this one Samsung folder, and the internet browser is also ported from the Note 3, which looks really different from the S3. We have the tab section in the right here, which gives you a most visited kind of page here, which is good. So now taking a look at on the other apps that are ported from the Note 3, we have the calculator, which also has this one-handed operation feature built in. So you can basically toggle between the one-handed operation here, and gives you a ease when the time you're using your device, and it has the new minimal layout of the keyboard, which is good. So we have some of the pre-installed apps of the My Files and the S Voice. I really didn't have installed other bootloaders. I really didn't have installed any kind of other bootloader. I really didn't have installed any kind of other bloatwares on my device, because the aroma installer gives you an option of which application that you want to install on your system itself. So in the Google's folder, we have some of the normal apps, just like the Gmail, Google Plus, Hangouts, and blah blah. And we have the Nexus 5 camera ported here, that also has the photosphere built in, which just works fine. Let me just show you. So it really works fine with it. So I have installed this is also an option in the aroma installer, that you want to install it or not. I have given a try, and it just worked really fine. We have the Dolby Mobile, which really makes a little bit difference in the volume of the device or speakers of the device. We also have the Acid mod pre-installed here. We have the Awesome Beats, and we have some of the other pre-installed applications. We also have the stock gallery, and one of the other things that is ported from the Galaxy Note 2 here is the pop-up browser. which basically allows you to have a pop-up kind of window of your browser. You can resize it by clicking on this little button here. Although the Galaxy S3 doesn't really have that much of a big screen that it can take a full advantage of that, but it is a good add-on. We also have the S Note Super User Update Me, which is really a cool application built in, which basically allows you to update your device, update your ROM when the time any of the newer version of your ROM is available. So you don't really have to download the full 1.5 or 1.10 gigabytes every time the new update comes out. So it is a good add-on here. We have the Gear Manager, which basically allows you to connect your Galaxy S3 with the Galaxy Gear itself, and we have some of the other applications that I have installed. So there is no other kind of bloatwares because I really made it as simple as I can. Here I have some of the apps that I installed. The other new things are here are the toggles in the notification center. So you guys can see the toggles are more as compared to what we see on the Galaxy S3. We have the Air View, Smart Scroll. Smart Scroll works just perfectly fine. It is just an awesome add-on here. Smart Pause also works really fine. Smart Stay works. The not working things are the Air View because the Galaxy S3 doesn't really have a digitizer that we seen in the Galaxy S4 and Note 3 to take advantage of these kind of things. So AirView doesn't really works here. Air Gesture also doesn't really works, but I'm sure that it is going to be fixed in the upcoming updates of this ROM because the developers are really awesome of this ROM. They basically update their ROM every month or so. So I'm really expecting a new update which will fix the Air Gesture. We have the screen mirroring, we have the reading mode here, which basically changes the color according to what application you're using, which is good. So now I'm really impressed with the multi-window functionality here because it is really different as compared to what we seen on the other earlier version of the multi-windows itself. So what you can do here is basically there are some of the new stuff ported here. So let me guys just show you that thing. So what I'm gonna do here is just open any kind of application here, so you guys can see it gives you an option to open it on the full screen or open it on the some portion of the screen. So I'm gonna open it on some portion of the screen. So basically this is kind of a square feature that we seen on the Galaxy Note 3, in which you can basically draw a square on your screen, a square or rectangle on your screen, and that basically brings up any kind of application that you want. This is that application, but the thing is that the Galaxy S3 doesn't really has a stylus, so the developer has really put it a full effort to put or make this new app here that allows you to basically multi-window very great. So you guys can basically put any kind of application on the some portion of the screen, and you can basically resize this as you want. Like if you want to change the dimension of the screen that you want, and basically use some of the other left out part of the screen to basically do your work. But the thing is always that the Galaxy S3 doesn't really have that much of a big display to do a lots of multitasking, but it is good to have this feature. We also have some of the new things supported in the multi-window, like when the time you put two apps here, just like this. So if I just basically put these two apps in the multi-window section, we have this little dot here. When the time you click on it, it will give you some four options, like to drag and drop feature. The drag and drop feature is now available here, so you can basically drag and drop some of the things that you want to have here. Just like we have, okay, so I think okay, this app is basically, so we have something like this. So it'll give you an option to basically drag and drop things from the any kind of window that you are running. So you can drag and drop the things that you want. We also have this little button which basically uh, splits the screen, splits the app. You also have this button that will give you that will allow you to have multiple apps running in the same window, which is good. You have this little close button which basically close the multi-window and that app itself, which I really like on this multi-window. It is just really awesome kind of port from the Note 3, and this allows you to multitask very fastly. And this ROM is basically very fast as compared to some of the other ROMs. We have some of the battery tweaks as well that really makes the battery drain low. We have this little four buttons here which basically allows you to add some of the apps here. Just when you click on this edit button, it will give you some of the apps that are compatible with the multi-window itself. We have the little create button here which basically save the two paired windows when the time you want to open it.
And that's pretty much it, guys. This is one of the best ROM that you can basically get for your international Galaxy S3. So if you think that if you find this video useful, and if you really think that this video helped you, so don't forget to leave this video a like rating, and make sure you're subscribed for my upcoming videos as well. And if you really want to see how to install this ROM, make sure you comment down your request in the comment section of this video, and always give my videos thumbs up. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Peace.